You're building control infrastructure. That's what this is really about. It's about building the infrastructure of control so that then you can control people's behavior. And you don't need to be a genius. And also, you don't need to be on a particular side of the political spectrum to see what a danger this is. So the example I would use is if you are somebody who's watching this or listening to this who thinks Nigel Farage is a far-right Nazi, fascist, whatever, unlikely that you're listening to us, but nonetheless, let's say you believe that. Are you sure you want to hand over control of this to someone like him who's currently on course to be the next prime minister? Doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense at all that you would want this level of power given to a government that you think is fascistic. Use your imagination for 1 second. Imagine you have this infrastructure of control and then apply it to recent events. For example, we just... obviously, I went along and filmed at the Tommy Robinson protest and rally, and there was a lot of genuine concern, I think for good reasons, that that might become violent. Now, do you not think that if this sort of thing existed, the police wouldn't say, well, look, let's just have some barriers at the entrance to the area, and we'll scan everybody in for everyone's safety, to make sure we know who's in there, and so people know that they've been kind of registered in, so that if they misbehave, we'll know who they are much more easily. The general public will agree to that if the control infrastructure is in place. And now you've got effectively all pro-Palestine action protests. Let's make sure that anyone goes in there, we're scanning their identity. Let's make sure we know who they are. And then before you know it, basically the government's got the information of anyone who's part of any movement, really. And they can go, okay, well, you're a Tommy Robinson supporter. Let's make sure we pay extra attention to your Twitter account. Let's make sure we double check your Facebook posts. Let's make sure we look at this. And before you know it, you've basically created the infrastructure for the government to punish people for having a different opinion, to track them for having a different opinion. It is incredibly dangerous.